How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Pretty OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real talk, true season. Don't worry, I'll wait. No, because this is out to Instagram right now. This is to Instagram, this is to Facebook, this is to all of you guys. You know that we've got a big problem with knife crime, zombies, kids running down the streets, stabbing each other. And I don't understand why you got pages like this and it doesn't go against your community guidelines. Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, I know that Instagram's going to probably come back and say, oh, if they're over 18s, they're allowed to buy certain products and everything because they're adults. But we all know that we've got a knife problem. And I don't know why the government ain't throwing out sanctions over here then. Because it's funny how they can throw out sanctions to Putin and Russia and, no, we're going to stop their money and we'll stop the organizations. So why don't you stop these organizations? Why don't you link up with Amazon and say, rah, big man, if anyone pushes the Rambo button, let us know and let them know that they can't buy these items. It cannot be shipped to the UK at all. It cannot be in the UK at all. So if there's any organizations or any shops that are still selling these products, we're at your neck. But no, oh, they're adults, they're allowed to do this. And when we've got a big knife crime problem and the government don't know how to solve it, they're losing control. There's no complete police commissioner. We've got shootings just the other day in Lewisham, yeah? Kids are running around with guns now like it's sweets. Don't worry, I'll wait. This ain't America, yeah? Where guns are much more available than it is in the UK, but it seems like it's getting that way. So don't blame the kids. Don't sit there all the time and say, oh, knife crime is a problem rare if we're not going to blame these organizations too. If we're not going to blame the government, if we're not going to blame these sponsors, if we're not going to blame shops and certain things that they do when they make balaclavas, we got to get onto these balaclava companies as well. We've got to get onto certain shops like JD and all the rest of it that are doing all these man bags and man pouch. Like, we don't get onto them enough, and they make money off crime. They make money off gangs. And then we sit there and always point fingers at these young, vulnerable kids. They're 15, 13. Sometimes they ain't got a mother in the house. Sometimes dad's not around. You know what's there? Mum's on drugs. Dad's in prison. Don't have a right upbringing. The mum's poor anyway. They're trying to fight for freedom. They're trying to fight to survive. And then you got all these other organizations that prey on these communities, knowing that they haven't got nothing, knowing that they want Gucci, they want the fast life and the high life, knowing that they can't have it. So what do? They do anything to get it. They do anything in their power to make sure that they have that. And the government know that. And it's a cycle where everybody knows that crime will never stop, because if crime stops, then there will be no money. And there's so much money that's made up of drugs. You got to think about the whole cocaine game, the whole ecstasy and all the kind of rest of it. This is a big market. This is a big game. It ain't about these little street cats running around selling drugs. It's about the big kingpins that are shipping it over. And there's so many police, metropolitan police, custody, and all the rest of it that's involved, that's making big boy chunks. And it's funny how these men get sentenced, bruv. These small little drug chains get sentenced, like small little man them get 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. But these pedophiles get 3-4 years, bruv, because they're government. Because they're lawyers, because they're judges, and they're the ones that are controlling everything. So it's funny how it's less a sentence for pedophiles, but it's bigger sentence for the poor person that was already 14, 15, trying to come up in the ranks, and he felt like he only could do that anyway because he couldn't eat. He couldn't survive. He couldn't do anything else. There was no opportunities. There was no jobs. So these are the kind of things where it's funny how we keep pointing fingers at the young people, but we need to start pointing fingers a little bit more further up. And this is what hurts me. We need to start sanctioning them. We need to start acting Facebook, Instagram, any organization, and we do good, guys, don't get me wrong, but any shops that you see, get onto them. If they're in your borough, get onto your MPs, bruv. Start calling them out, because it's not fair. They've got blood on their hands too. We keep shouting out, so they can't, so this can't. Who's your local MP? Who's your MP of your borough? Mine's Emily Thornbury, Islington, brother. She ain't doing diddly squat, mate. Yeah? There's so many kids that are dying on our streets. There's so many kids that don't have no opportunities. And you're still sitting there doing what? Sitting on your backside for how many years? And you haven't solved nothing in Islington. So it's down to you guys as well. Whoever's the local MP of your borough, get onto them. Start sending them messages. What are you doing in the local parks? This road hasn't been fixed. Certain things need to be done. And they're not doing nothing, but they want to be taking our money, though. They want to be taking your money, though. And then when your child dies, they look at you and be like, well, sorry for your loss. Sorry for what? What did you do to make the community safe? What did you do to make me feel safe? When I was calling the police saying my son's in danger, you guys are talking about someone will get sent around weeks later, and then someone gets stabbed, and then now they want to talk about investigation and coming around saying, do you know who you are? Of course they're going to be upset. Of course no one don't want to talk to the police, because you take too long to come, and if not, you don't show people that you really, really care, and if not, you're protecting them. And these are the kind of times where now we've just got an epidemic on our hands, where we've got so much knives coming on our streets, but at the same time, we've got more organizations popping up, more pages popping up, selling knives, selling guns on these kind of platforms, and it worries me and it scares me. And the last thing that I want to leave you with is these kind of messages here. There's a young man, I don't know where he's from, he's showing his bare face, he's got a 38, all the rest of it, loads of sweets, which just means bullets, to kill. Yeah? To kill. This is the mentality of our young people now. Do you know what I mean? It's not a kind of thing where we're looking at it like, oh my God, this is like a... No, this is real life. This is real life trauma. This is real life young people that obviously he hasn't grown up in the best idolization of life. He hasn't grown up in the best way if he's talking like this. It doesn't make any sense, and I feel so sorry for our young people that the fact that they feel like they have no life, that they can't even smile. Sometimes I'm talking to some of them and they don't even want to smile, they don't even want to laugh. It's like they have to be mean and bad all the time. Guys, we're living in a really, really dangerous time right now. But what's you guys' thoughts? Comment below. Take a look at this video.